Welcome back, everybody. Today, I'm going to teach you how to export part of a timeline in Davinci Resolve. This is incredibly useful when you only need a specific section of your project rather than the entire timeline, saving you both time and storage space. To start, open your Davinci Resolve application and make sure your project is loaded. Once you're in, take a look at the bottom of your screen where you'll see several tabs for different stages of editing. Click on the tab labeled Deliver. This is where all your export and rendering options live, and it's the control center for outputting your final video files. Now, before we can export just a portion of your timeline, we need to tell Davinci Resolve exactly which part we want to render. This is done using what's called mark in and mark out points. Think of these as digital bookmarks that define the start and end of your export range. Without setting these markers, the software will assume you want to export the entire timeline. Here's how to set them up. First, move your playhead to the exact frame where you want your export to begin. This is your starting point. Once you've positioned it correctly, press the letter I on your keyboard. This sets your mark-in point, essentially telling the software this is where the export should start. You might notice a small visual indicator appear on your timeline showing this mark. Next, drag your playhead to the frame where you want your export to end. Take your time here to make sure you've captured exactly the segment you need. Once your playhead is in the right position, press the letter O on your keyboard. This sets your mark out point, defining where your export will stop. Now you've created a defined range that Davinci Resolve will focus on during the export process. With your in and out point set, direct your attention to the top section of your timeline area. You'll see an option labeled Render. Click on this drop-down menu and verify that it's set to in/out range. This setting is crucial because it tells the software to only process and export the section between your mark in and mark out points rather than the full timeline. If this isn't selected, you might end up exporting far more than you intended. Finally, you're ready to queue up your export. Look for the button that says Add to Render Queue and click it. This adds your selected timeline portion to the export queue, and Davinci Resolve will begin processing only that specific part of your project. Depending on the length and complexity of your footage, this might take a few moments, but you'll see the progress in the Render Queue panel. And there you have it. You've successfully exported just a portion of your timeline in Davinci Resolve, giving you precise control over what gets rendered. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, and see you in the next video.